Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you are in the world. My name is Misako Envela, and thank you so much for pressing play on today's video. It's done. It's been a minute since I've done just a regular walk and talk video. I figured I would do one this morning while I have a little extra time before class. Class is going much better. I'm a little over a month into the program, and I'm starting to feel like I have a little bit more of a grip on things. I don't know how long that feeling will last, as we just started learning kanji, but I'm grateful to be experiencing this feeling for the time being. I also am less than a month away from my sober anniversary. I mentioned this in a video a few months ago, but I officially stopped drinking alcohol almost a year ago. It will be a year on December 11th. And I can confidently say that was the best decision I could have made for my health, for my relationships, for my future, for everything, for my life. I don't think that I would be here today if I did not choose to stop drinking alcohol. Not in, like, I don't think I would be alive today, although who knows. I mean, like, I don't know if my life would have progressed in this way if I had not chosen to step away from that substance. So I'm very grateful to be on this lifelong journey. And I don't really even think about it anymore. Like, it's just, after a couple of months, it just became so natural. So yeah, that's a big accomplishment that is on the horizon. But yeah, other than that, I've just been getting into my flow here. I have a couple friends visiting from the States, so it's been nice to have a little piece of home here in Tokyo. But today I want to talk about something else. A few months ago, I was having a conversation with my friend Energi, which, if you guys are not subscribed to her channel, I know I mention her often. She has an incredible channel. She talks about finance and a lot of things, but if you are not already subscribed, I highly recommend subscribing. But we were talking about money management, and she said, and I'd heard this before, but it just like hit way harder when she said it. And it was like, how you do one thing is how you do everything. We're talking about in terms of like managing your money, you know, how you manage $100 is how you'll manage $1,000. How you manage $1,000 is how you'll manage $100,000. And so this idea that like you'll put things off until you get to a certain place, it's like how you do this today is how you will do this when you get to that place. So, you know, it's better to learn what you need to learn now so that you're ready. And I think about that in terms of everything, not just money. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So that's the thought that's in the back of my mind most days. And I was standing in my kitchen this morning making coffee. I recently got a mocha pot. I've never owned any type of coffee making machine, just because I was never super into coffee, and now that I enjoy having it, I was like, okay, it's time for me to get something so I can make it on my own. I don't need to be buying coffee out every time I want some, and a mocha pot felt like the best option for me. It's I like espresso based drinks. I know a mocha pot doesn't make espresso, but like the flavor and the strength is pretty close. Also, it's budget friendly. It's small and compact, so it doesn't take up too much space. And so anyways, I got one of those recently, and I'm really enjoying the ritual of making my morning coffee, put a little bit of soy milk in, and it really hits. And I was standing there looking at the single burner in my kitchen. There's one burner, and the thought that came to my mind was, what will you do with one burner? I've learned a lot about being efficient and resourceful since being in Japan, just through my observations. You'll go into a tiny restaurant, and somehow they've managed to fit all these different tables and sitting arrangements. You don't even need chairs, you can sit on the floor, and the meal is still going to be just as delicious. Tiny kitchen, but somehow they're able to produce the most elegant teishoku set menu meal, and it's just incredible to me. I'm like, wow, in this amount of space you were able to make a meal like this. Or I think about all the ways that people use rice. It's obviously a side, but it can also be onigiri, it can be sushi, it can be turned into noodles. Rice bran oil, I use that to cook my eggs this morning. All these different things that you can turn rice into. Not turn rice into, but use rice to make. Tomoko took me to this basically community sale, community garage sale. It's at their community center, and it happens once a month. I know it happens in my area too. It might be in every district, where basically people take in a bunch of unwanted things, repair them, and then sell them back to the community at a super low price. I thought that was so smart and so resourceful. In the laundromat here, I've noticed that there is a separate laundry machine for shoes and a drying machine for shoes. Now, I don't know if this is just because they don't want people to wash their shoes in the same washing machines that people wash their clothes in, or if this was created so that people would be more resourceful and wash their shoes instead of buying new ones. But when I noticed that, I was like, just having the knowledge that exists, I would love to see if there's a correlation between those being introduced into society and shoe sales, because I don't know, I just think that that's so smart. As someone who is constantly looking for ways to be more minimalist and resourceful and live a more low impact life, I loved seeing that. So those are just a few examples of the resourcefulness that I've observed here. So I'll remind you of my initial question: what will you do with one burner? What will you do with 1 hour? What will you do with one day, with one camera? So often we tell ourselves, I just need this one thing to get started. I just need a few more hours to get started. I just need XYZ. And you spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to create more of this thing. Even myself with video creation, I've used that excuse before recently. I just need a little bit more time. Well, this is the time that I have, So how am I going to use it? If you have everything you need to get started, I understand, wanting maybe a bigger production or better equipment or more time. But if you have 1 hour, if you have 10 minutes, if you have the phone that has the camera, I don't think you should be asking yourself, how do I get more? I think you should be asking yourself, why do I keep making excuses for why I can't start now? Why am I so attached to putting this off? that is what you need to get to the root of. I was listening to my dear friend Ayana's podcast yesterday, Soul Salon, her episode on the law of polarity. You have to listen to it. She says something so brilliant. She's like, your dream knows you have a job. Basically, she's saying in the episode, like, your dream isn't asking you for, this like unlimited amount of time. Your dream is like, if I show up for you, will you show up for me? I thought she put that so perfectly. Do you want to get to the end of your life and realize you never acted upon your dreams because your circumstances didn't look exactly the way that you wanted them to? And to be honest, with this mindset, it's easy to find a problem in everything, and I'll refer back to like the initial metaphor, which is, what will you do with one burner? Okay, now you have two burners. Oh, but the pot isn't correct. Now you need another pot. That's how this thing goes, It's not about what you're making it about. It's about something deeper. So I think if you can figure out why you're resisting acting upon this thing so much in the first place, you will then also figure out how to make what you have enough. So that is what I will leave you with today. I need to go back home and finish my homework because I've been rushing and doing it on the train and I'm not absorbing the information by doing that, so I want to go get it done before I have to leave. The leaves are changing here now. I haven't lived in a place of seasons since I was a teenager, so I'm looking forward to fall. I'd be lying if I said I was looking forward to winter, but we will make it through. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for showing up for me. Thank you so much for being patient with me. And as always, thank you for being here. Bye-bye.